It's a lunch hour in Vegas, and we're on the dot with Dot and Mia here on PHLV Radio.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to On the Dot. My name is Dot, and we are on the Dot.
And I am Mia, and welcome to our 12th episode. Wow,
Woohoo.
12th episode of On the Dot, where we give you answers to life's questions through life coaching processes.
And what is life coaching? Life coaching is simply partnering with you so you find the best within you to deal with your problems or your challenges. And sometimes the coaching processes can be in the form of a game, like that, or exercises. Yes. And this is our public service through PHLV Radio in cooperation with the University of the Philippines Alumni Association in Nevada. That's where we are, Nevada, Las Vegas. Yes. Oh, by the way, coaching is not therapy or counseling. All right? Yes.
So last week we had a very uplifting topic, which is attitude of gratitude. And this week, our letter sender wants us to talk about privacy policies in sharing pictures online. So our topic for this week is life in pictures and responsible photography. So we're capturing moments through the camera lens, but doing it with care
Okay.
when sharing
Yes.
it online specifically.
Yes. All righty. So we're going to read the letter in a bit. And I think you can go ahead and do that, Mia.
Sure. So the letter came from Belle, and the letter goes, Dear Dot and Mia, I recently gave birth to a son, and even during my pregnancy, my husband and I decided to avoid posting pictures of our baby's face online because we respect his privacy. His photos are his, and I don't think we should even have to fight for his privacy, for his right to privacy. This is the highest form of respect for him because even my husband and I personally do not want others to post our faces without our permission. We apply the same standard to our own son, and someday when he is old enough to think for himself, he can decide about his internet presence. Life didn't always have Facebook.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Yes.
The internet doesn't forget, and it's impossible to delete for good later. We are also very proud of our baby boy, and we just don't find it necessary to post his face in public. For now, we share his photos only with family and with friends who have a relationship with us, care for us, and those who actually talk to us. Could you please talk about this in your show and how professional photographers think about this? Thank you. Sincerely, Belle.
All right.
So, our member highlight is very apt for the subject. And to introduce him, he is a BA Communications Arts graduate from the University of the Philippines in Las Bañas, majoring in speech. And he's the founder of the UP Photographer Society, producer of the Filipino News podcast, and the official photographer and licensed drone operator of the Wild Dog, and a member of the Professional Photographers of America, and the owner of the much awarded Life in Vegas Photography. Our Yupaan member highlight is Mr. Job Andrew Buhay.
Hey,
Hello.
Jeb. Good
That,
afternoon to you. Good
that
morning.
sounded like another guy, someone more
No,
successful.
Oh,
of course
yes.
not.
Oh, you know what? We love successful people, so we attract them into the show.
Okay, I'll
Yeah.
find you one eventually.
You're so humble.
Yeah. So, Jab, tell us a bit about the awards that your business venture has garnered.
So with Life in Vegas Photography, I focus on weddings, events, and portraits. 2017 and 20 all the way to 2019. 2020 was different. We were mentioned as with The Knot and Wedding Wire. So those two websites, they
Oh.
were able to recognize us as, or at least myself, as one of the top photographers in Las Vegas for those years.
Congratulations!
Kuya Yo,
Kuya,
where's
sana yung
the...
ating applause! Woohoo! Meron kaming sound effects for
Bigyan ng
applause.
jacket.
Jab, we're so proud of you. So, how's business in this pandemic
Uh, s-
times?
Slow. Wedding photography slowed down to a halt
Oh,
last
right.
year. Around this time, we realized it's going to be a different year. There were people who downsized their weddings. A lot of people canceled and rescheduled. 2021 was supposed to be a bit busier because everyone's rescheduling for this year, but it looks like it won't even start till the third quarter of this year, if anything. But it's busier than last year, so that's not a bad thing. And I guess at this point, instead of losing the business or losing the clients, we're just thankful that we have people still interested in getting pictures taken.
Um,
Um,
yeah. What sort
yeah.
of clients do you have right now?
What sort of
Clients? Your.
So right now, since 2017, I have gone into real estate photography. A lot of my clients or all of my clients are agents, builders, and people who are selling their homes. So I focused a little bit of the photography, mostly the weekdays, on real estate photography. And that's been busy. Mia would know that. So
Yes,
I'm as busy as
yes.
her.
And you do the drone
Um,
shots too, right?
yeah, I'm a licensed drone operator, so I do drone photos and videos, and we provide that for the sellers and the agents.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yeah, so that's been keeping me busy lately. That's it.
Do you still have the Vegas bus photography for the
Yeah, so
events?
the we have the Vegas Love Bus,
Love
which is a
bus, there
photo
you go.
booth.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's the photo booth arm of the wedding photography and the events photography. So we have the regular photo booth, which is your standard tabletop photo booth with props and a
Props.
backdrop, and we have the photo booth bus. The bus that we have is a 1976 Volkswagen
I know, it's so
Transporter
cute.
Combi, also
The
known as a
Yeah.
combi,
Combi.
yes.
Very, very cute.
So some of you guys have been in the Combi before, driving down the strip.
Yes.
During the
But
Filipino
what we
event,
do
yeah.
is we convert it into a photo booth for weddings and events, so people can go inside the bus and get their photo booth pictures taken with a backdrop, and it prints out instantly.
Mm.
And they
Very
have props,
mobile,
and
yeah.
Yes.
the most we've fit in there was, I think, 11 guys at
Mm.
one wedding on Mount Charleston. So
That
it's
was
fun. It's a
Wow.
lot of fun.
Yeah.
before the pandemic, right?
And it's very smart
Pre-pandemic, yeah.
too because you
Pre-pandemic.
can go to the event,
Yeah,
right?
Yes.
yeah. No,
Yeah.
it's fun because people love seeing Volkswagen buses. I don't know anyone who doesn't like them, unless you're an owner
Yeah.
and you don't like spending that much money on a bus for maintaining it. But a lot of people want to have that experience of being in the bus, getting pictures taken. So
Right.
It's very
Especially
unique.
that's a lot
the
of fun.
combi,
Yeah.
yes, it's very iconic,
Yes,
right?
very
So
unique, very
beautiful.
iconic. Yes.
So, with regards to what you're doing, Jab, being a professional in this field, uh, did you hear or read about the letter sender? The,
Yeah, I heard the whole letter being
mm-hmm,
read out. So
mm-hmm,
I've come across some people who share the same view, but
mm-hmm.
fortunately for me, people who hire me want their pictures taken.
Right.
Right.
That's true.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
The technical side of that on my with my contract and my relationship with them is I am open with them as far as social media, so they know that I won't be posting a lot of the pictures unless we've had that conversation already.
Mm.
So I'll always have the opportunity to talk to them about that while we're booking the shoot or the wedding, while we're doing the pictures, while we're doing engagement photos. So I will have that conversation directly with them and say, hey, would you mind if I share some of these photos? It's already implied on the contract, so legally I'm allowed to do that because I
Oh,
still own the pictures.
right, right.
And it's implied because they hired me as a photographer, so I'm guessing they like getting their pictures taken.
Exactly.
But just to confirm, I'll tell them, I'll be doing this so and so. Sometimes they will be, well, wait for us to post it and then we'll let you know and then go ahead after that, because it
Mm.
could be an engagement announcement or it could be a baby announcement,
A baby
or it could be their
announcement,
family
yes.
photos. They want to share the family photos first before
Sure.
I do it.
Yes.
So yeah, as a professional photographer, I want to be able to do that. I've never had any issues um, with clients having issues with me posting their pictures online.
Okay, that's very good because we are. I'm sure you're governed by laws on certain things. Like for example, here I'm just bringing this up because when I first enrolled our son here, we signed a document with Clark County School District. It was a permission
Right. All
asking
the time,
us
yes.
parents if we allow the pictures of our children to be posted online
To be
or
shared.
yes. So that's very good because we also need that. We need to protect the children. So in your case, Jab, how about the drones when you take photos of other houses? How does that go?
So by with U.S. law, if you were to follow U.S. law, when you're taking pictures of houses, and Mia, I'm sure, has seen a lot of
Right.
drone photography of real estate. It's very unavoidable to not get pictures of other houses.
Right.
Yes,
right.
because
I
we
was
need to see the
wondering about
neighborhood,
that.
right?
Yeah.
You want to see the neighborhood. You want to be
Right.
able to see. So a lot of people who have given me pushback with when it comes to drones is maybe they've never had an experience of selling a house before,
Right.
or they've never seen pictures of drone photos of a house up for sale. So I have to explain that to them. One time I was doing video of a house in Mountain Edge. So these are practically people who live in my neighborhood. And they got really mad at me because they saw the drone flying. And I had to explain to them, I'm legally allowed to fly in this area. And two, you don't own the air rights to your house. You own the land,
Right.
or maybe you're
Right.
renting it.
Yes.
Yes.
But you don't own the airspace. Nobody owns airspace unless you're the federal government.
That is
And
true.
three, I don't know who you are and where you live, so I don't have any malice or any bad intent on photographing your backyard. If you have dead bodies in the backyard, that then then we have a different problem. I don't think the
Yeah.
drone will be your problem.
Or naked bodies
But
sunning themselves out
yeah,
there. Yes.
yeah,
Too
and
bad.
that's what I tell them. I said, unless I don't know where you live, I don't know who you are, so I'm not here to spy on you. And I get the issues with people saying, oh, it's privacy. I'm like, yes, I get it, but guess what? You can't stop anyone from looking over your fence or looking through Google Maps or driving in front of your
Right, Google
house
Maps.
True,
or
true.
looking over the fence from your neighbor's property. They'll see it if they want to see it, especially if they have bad intentions. My intention is to shoot the house of your neighbor. I'm licensed and certified to do this. And if you have any more problems beyond what I've told you, we can call Metro Police and they'll explain everything that I told you.
Oh, beautiful. Thank you.
Correctly. So
It's great that you
I
know.
try not to engage. I try to be funny when people are having issues with the drone. I also wear I was just wearing this earlier,
What is
a
that?
high visibility jacket.
Okay. Yes, a
Oh.
Because-
license commercial. What does it say? Yes.
Yeah,
That's good.
The
Yeah.
bright
Yeah.
one.
people tend to not bother people wearing this.
Oh,
So-
yes. And the invisibility cloak.
Yeah, it's one thing. Drone is new, just like photography. When I was in college, I wrote a paper on photography when it was starting out 150, 160 years ago.
Yes.
When photography came out, people had to pose for a picture for minutes, so you can't move literally for 30 seconds to
Oh
1
my
minute.
goodness.
So
I
that's why people
remember.
aren't smiling in those old photos.
Yes, a minute to be a.
You can't.
Yeah.
That's why those old photos of portraits are scary because they're all
Stiff.
stoic.
Yeah.
They're just told not to move. If you smile for any reason, it's hard.
You have to hold it.
That practice was carried over from painting portraits. When
Right,
people painted portraits, if you look at portraits of kings, of rich people, they weren't told to smile because you can't hold a smile that long when
True.
you're sitting for a painting. So in
Oh.
photography, they did the same thing. Now, the problem arose when photography came about and became more popular. The painters, the artisans, they were against photography because it was taking away from their livelihood, and they called it photographic art. foe, like enemy to graphic art.
Wow.
So anything that's new, whether it's digital photography back in the 90s,
Oh,
early 2000,
yes.
people
Yes.
have issues with it.
Right.
True, true,
right.
true. Yes, we
Um,
always are resistant to something new, right?
Right, right.
Correct.
Uh-huh.
And as a photographer, and for everybody who's listening, if you're shooting on the street, public street, if you shoot someone's house by mistake or you were just taking pictures of it, you are not committing any crimes.
Mm-hmm. True.
If you take a picture of an individual in public, whether it's a popular person or a private citizen, you're not committing any crime. But
And-
at the same time,
And if you
there's a
publish
line
that-
you don't want to cross. You don't want to be creepy.
Okay. The creepy
Unless
guy.
you publish it commercially.
What if you
right?
publish that commercially?
Like as an
If-
ad.
No, so as not necessarily no, because remember paparazzis,
Yes.
they make money off of
Yeah,
it, and
that's
they
true.
don't need releases for that.
Oh.
Or say for example, if it's for a news article, even if you publish it, you can't really say anything anymore. Now, if they interview you and you're the focus or the subject of the photo, then there's a gray area there where you have to get a release.
Okay.
I see.
Right, right.
Yeah,
Okay.
but if it's a shot of the public street and you just happen to be there with a dozen other people, then the photographer is safe from any type of liability.
I see. There was one time when I used a photographer and we were gonna shoot in a public land. It was I forgot which mountain it was.
Red Rock, Valley of Fire,
Yeah.
maybe.
Yes. Yes. So it's close to Red Rock. I think it's Calico Basin.
Calico Basin, yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So
Those are private houses.
right. So I had to delete the.
Okay.
I couldn't use it as an advertising.
Oh, they
Okay.
gave you a takedown notice?
Not really. I just read over and I was trying to be
All right.
protective of
Ah,
myself
okay.
and my license.
Yes.
There was
So-
there was a situation before I was in Pebble Beach. I was taking landscape pictures, and I took a really good photo that I really liked, and I found a website that could sell it as a poster or.
Right.
And it turns out that there's parts of Pebble Beach that was private,
Okay.
How
so
about?
they had me.
Oh, sorry.
It was a takedown notice, so which I took down. If they say that's what it is, then that's what it is. It's fine.
How about railroad tracks, Jab? Is that
The railroad tracks are
Is that
tricky
a public
because
property?
the only reason I don't
It's
do a
not
lot of
safe.
railroad track photos is because it's dangerous.
right?
Okay.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, as far as taking pictures there, I've never heard of anyone having
Issues.
running into any issues. There's tricky parts of public land that you might have some issues with, like if you go to, let's say, since we're in Las Vegas, Valley of Fire,
Yes.
you will get cited if they see you doing commercial photography without a permit or authorization from them.
Oh,
Even though
I see.
it's public land, it's
Yes.
a public park,
Where do you get
you
this
will get
permit?
cited for it.
So where do you get
So
the
you have
permit
to-
for?
You have to file a permit. It's $150. You have to give them permission, and they will tell you where you're allowed to shoot and what time frame.
So especially for weddings, right? I've seen
For
couples,
weddings,
Yes.
the way I see it is the rules are there, so it will not, people will not just go there willy nilly and start shooting, because then you'll have a photographer every 50 feet taking pictures of the landscape with models and lights and all of that. And that's
Right.
not why people want to go to Valley of Fire.
Okay, I
Oh,
see.
Makes sense. Yeah.
So my question is, what are your parameters for determining a perfect shot? What for you? Yes, like if just
you
a
want to
few
be able to
elements.
tell a story. So when they say it's a snapshot in time, it literally is a snapshot in time. So for me, when I'm talking to, let's say you're a husband and wife, or you're a bride and groom, you want your pictures taken. 90% of people don't like their photos taken.
Oh, really?
Yes, they're very conscious. They don't like the way they look. They feel like they're more bloated than they normally are. They feel like they don't have an angle that's right. So what I tell them is, I'm here to take pictures. My job is to make you look great, but I want you guys to have fun
Right.
while you're
Yeah.
taking pictures.
Yes.
So what I would instruct the grooms, like, make her smile, whisper in her ear, tickle her somewhere, and then I do the same thing. So the more the faster they get into that mood, the faster they get into that they're having fun mode, or they're just the more they relax, and the easier it is for me to get pictures. Because what I told them is like, if I take a picture of you and I forced you to smile, you'll know it's a forced smile.
Yeah.
People who know you know it's a forced smile.
That's right.
But if I take a picture of you where you two are just having fun,
Right.
people who know you are having fun, and they will love that picture because of it.
I love that. Let me just interject here in relation to coaching, Jab, and your parameters. This criteria that you mentioned of the perfect shot. It's the same way, Mia. When we create a dream that we want, when we create something, we need to have fun. The best
Right,
outcomes
right.
come from fun and the authenticity that Jab mentioned. You have to smile like you're really smiling. It's a real one. It's not a fake one. So when we're creating something that we want, let it come from that authenticity that you really like it. You're truly having fun with it. That in imagining that, I'm sure, Jab, you do a lot of projecting, right? You project how your shot will look like, your scenery will look like. You set up your gadgets and lighting. You bring all these into your focus, right? In your preparation. Yes.
Yeah, I walk them through the shot, and I sometimes I talk about feelings. Like, okay, I want this to feel as if you guys are. I'm not here. I want you to feel like you're just walking through this alley and you just had a great time at the bar. Or
Yes.
sometimes I'll poke more fun with the couple. I'll tell them, okay, I want you to look really creepy in this picture, and the guy will be like, I can do creepy, no problem. But it comes out really fun. But at the same time, they find creepy as a funny word, and
Instead of
they're already
wacky,
having
yeah.
fun. Yeah.
That's perfect. Yes.
Or I'll tell the girl, okay, when you pull him in for a kiss, pull his tie. I want you to be super aggressive.
Ooh.
And that's fun. That's fun too,
Yes,
because people like to see that. People want to see that, and
Right.
they probably already do that. They're funny with each other, but not when people are around them.
Yeah, and taking
So for me,
pictures.
is I just need to get them out of that, bring them out of the shell,
Right.
and because what I told them, I said, hey, if you're getting married, you guys already know how to make each other smile and laugh,
Right.
or else you wouldn't be here.
Yes.
My
That's
job
so
is to
true.
just bring that out of you, because I'm a stranger. You don't know me from anywhere.
Yeah.
So my job is to bring that out of you and take the picture.
Perfect.
Oh, wow,
Especially
yeah.
Mia, especially Jab, Mia, and our listeners. When we are creating something, that's it. You bring the best in you, your true self into that situation, and you even visualize it before it even happens. So that's how it is.
Job
Thanks
brings
for
out
that.
the
Yes.
natural.
Bringing out,
Yeah.
yes, bringing out also the best
Yeah,
in you, the
when
natural.
when you're doing headshots of people, a lot of people are confident. The difference between guys and girls is girls, when they look at the photo, they're themselves in the mirror after they got ready. They don't think they're pretty.
I don't think so.
The
Yes.
guys when they look at themselves in the mirror,
They will
they
say,
could have just rolled off of bed with their hair
Yeah.
and crusty face. They still think they're Pierce Brosnan.
Oh, yeah. That's so true. So, Jab, what about this letter that we read earlier? What's your opinion on posting baby pictures online, even before, the privacy issue of the baby, the child? Do you have any idea on that? What's your opinion?
I personally, myself, I would not have any problems taking pictures of my children and showing them online. I probably won't be, I don't know, I don't have kids yet, so I can't really speak for myself from, a few years from now. But I don't mind showing it because I like the value of social media. I see more value in it than negative. Because at least that way my friends and family from around the world can keep up with what's going on with us. And again, I'm a photographer, so that's my job.
Yeah,
For me,
it's
taking
really,
pictures
truly, yes.
come naturally. I feel heartbroken when my wife tells me, don't take a picture of me because I don't look good and we're in front of a sunset in Portugal.
Oh, okay.
For me, that breaks my heart because I'm
Right.
like, well, this is what I want. This is the memory I want to keep.
Oh, yeah.
And it's not because she doesn't want to show or she wants to be private with the pictures. It's more like she's a little self-conscious. But the problem is I'm the same way. I just have the pleasure of hiding behind the camera.
Oh, yes. All right. Maybe you should take turns, right? So
So
just,
that's the difference.
yeah, right.
But I think, addressing that concern by the person that wrote the letter, I do know some people who do that. They blur their kids' photos
Oh,
sometimes,
right, right,
which
yeah.
personally I think you should have just not taken the photo to begin with.
Or not posted it,
Um,
yeah.
yeah, because then people are going to start thinking about something else.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to think, what's wrong with the baby's face? Why are they blurring the baby's
That's
face?
Oh,
one
that's
thing,
true,
yes.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I think it's not, the question is not whether you take the photo. It's whether, what photo should you share? What's the
Yes.
context?
Yes.
What story do you want to tell? If you don't want to tell a story, no one's going to force you.
Right, right. I think her fears, or of other parents as well who don't do that, especially in Europe. She's from Europe. It's the taking of the pictures once it's there, once
You
it's in
can't
public.
delete it.
Yes, it
Yeah.
belongs to the public realm, and it could be taken out by pedophiles, or
Oh.
I think that's her.
Security
I think
issues.
yes, the security issue. So
So it's more of a security issue. Yeah.
Right.
right. More than the privacy, there's the security issue. Yeah, this is a very good conversation, but we don't want to take too long. Jab, tell us what's in store for you for this year.
Same old thing, just bigger and better, hopefully.
And you also have a podcast, right?
Yes. So we try to do a once a month news roundup of news from the Philippines in English.
Mm-hmm.
Because we found that a lot of our friends who are Filipinos, who love being
Oh,
Filipinos and
right,
associate
right.
as Filipinos that grew up here, they don't necessarily watch TFC or TV
I
Patrol,
don't.
or
Right, I don't.
because they don't understand most of it.
Tagalog, yeah.
They pick up words here and there, but they don't give interest because they just don't understand the medium, and they don't have time to watch videos on the internet about Filipino news. But I'm a big consumer of podcasts, and I think that's the next venue for people to find information now that people are more busy and they always have their phones and their headphones on them.
Right. The world is so
So-
visual and also auditory right now. That's
Correct.
the way we connect with each other. And thanks so much, Jab, for giving us a glimpse of what's going on in from the photographer's point of view, right? Behind the camera.
Yeah.
Behind
Oh,
the
yeah.
camera.
We are talking behind the microphone. His tool is the camera. Ours is the microphone. So bringing this to how is this relevant for us, and transforming the analogy, using the analogy of photography. When we want to create something in our life, take the hint from what Jab said. Come from your
Just have fun.
authentic self.
Have fun.
Have fun,
Yes.
really, because that will determine the outcome of your dreams, of the manifestation. Because if we create from fear and doubt and suspicion or malice, what will come out? That's from
It exudes
yes,
itself. Yes.
because it's the law of attraction. So, in photography, as what Jab said, it's just like that. He sets up everything, and he has in his mind's eye, this is good. This is how it's supposed to look like. So it's the same thing when we're visualizing our dreams. This is what it's supposed to look like. Remember our exercises on virtual reality and 68 seconds. So it's like that. And it's beautiful because the photography is tangible. The photos are tangible. I mean, at least, not really tangible. I mean, I still print photos. I don't know if you do that, Mia.
Sometimes, yes,
Yeah.
when I wanna,
Yes.
how do you call that? Frame it.
Frame,
Yes.
yes. So I still do that, and I hold them in my hands. So that's what I mean by tangible. But it's really beautiful that this is a lesson for us on how we want to move forward as well, and capturing life's moments.
Life's moments.
Yes, freezing all that. Yes. So I guess that's it for the meantime, and this is our 12th
Episode.
episode. And this also happens to be my 9th year in Vegas.
wow.
I came here on this day.
Today?
9 years ago. Yes.
Wow, happy
yes.
anniversary.
And I'm glad
Vegas
to be with you.
anniversary.
Yeah.
Vegas life and what's
Life in pictures?
life in pictures, life in Vegas
pictures, life in-
photography.
So, Jab, how do we get in touch with you? How do our listeners get in touch with you?
I'm on
viewers.
Instagram and Facebook at Life in Vegas Photography.
Mm-hmm.
And the website is lifeinvegasphotography.com.
Yes, we will find you. And we want to find your love bus. Is that how you call it? The love
The Vegas
bus?
Love Bus, yes.
The Vegas
It's still
love
available
bus.
for hire, right, Jab?
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
nice.
Oh, look
nice.
at that. He has put on his glasses and is ready to go.
And you must be busy now that home sales are up.
Yeah, but there's not enough inventory.
I know. Yeah.
Okay. All righty. So, we're saying goodbye now, Mia.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank
So
you.
thank you so
Jab.
much,
Thank you so
Jab.
much
Thank you.
for being here.
Have a good day, you guys. Thanks for having me.
Yes.
Thank
you
you,
for
and good
having
luck.
us.
Bye.
Yes. All righty.
See you soon. So my closing quote for today is life in pictures. About life in pictures came from Yusuf Karsh, which is character like pictures develop in darkness.
Oh, wow. In darkness. Oh, my God. Wow.
It's
Okay,
very
yes.
deep, huh?
That's when we our true colors come out.
Yes.
When we are developed in darkness.
Yes.
Wow, like the dark night of the soul. Yay. Okie dokie. So please join us every Wednesday. And where can we download the PHLV radio app?
Through Google Play and the Apple Store.
And we can also be found on Spotify and iHeartRadio.
And we have
the
a podcast too.
Yes,
Yes.
that's right. So
All
reach out
right.
to us via 702-498-6185 or .lenore@gmail.com for your letters, questions. And if you are a UP alumnus, join us. Use the same contact details.
And
All
for
right.
advertising and sponsorship as well.
Yes. Thank you, everyone.
Thank
Have
you.
a
Join us
beautiful
next
day
week.
for On the Dot.